Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breech coming to you. Ready for those Week 10 NFL picks. I can't believe the Week 10's already here. We get to kick it off with some Thursday night football for the next 7 weeks. It's always a blast to have these Thursday night primetime games on. I think it's pretty fun to have a game on in the middle of the week. I'm not a big fan of them expanding to any other days. I think Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays for the end part of the season is pretty good. Saturdays, I think come in the last 2 weeks of them, and that's always fun. Plus the playoffs, it just there's I always like a lot of football, but sometimes too much football is too much football. Them trying to get on Friday nights. The small story I read doesn't sound like a whole lot of interest behind it in my mind. I don't think. But before I get to my NFL picks, to talk about the some college stuff. Documentary last night on ESPN Films. I really, I don't watch the ones they've done about soccer. I watched most of the one on the jockey horse racer that was addicted to drugs. That was a pretty good story. But they put one up on college football against Auburn versus Alabama and the Iron Bowl and everything like that. That was a really good watch. I always try to keep up with mainstream college football. I guess you can say everybody knows I'm a University of Tennessee Vols fan. Um, the day one when Kiffin got apologize when Kiffin got hired with Tennessee. I wrote him until his first loss of the year, and then I just sort of wrote it off. And now we got Dooley as the coach. And I don't know. I work every Saturday. It's hard to follow him. Tennessee honestly doesn't have the best football program right now. Tennessee as a whole pissed me off with him firing Bruce Pearl. I know he got caught for his second violation there, but honestly, a coach as good as Pearl, I honestly would have found some way to keep him, even if he had to go on some sort of probation, and not be able to make the tournament for a year or two. That guy turned around Tennessee basketball to a place that's never been before. But make sure you check that out. The Paterno thing, that's a real sticky situation. It's just I always watched Paterno and Penn State, and he always finds a way with that team to be, right now I believe they're 8-1. They're not like BCS bound, but they always have a good squad, and everything he's done there for all the years he's been there. It's just sort of sad to see him leave, the way he's leaving. Not because I don't think he should leave, but just that's going to be the one thing you think about when you think about him, for being there so long. Most people are just going to remember the way he exited, and that's sort of sad. I mean, some of the best linebackers in the NFL right now were brought up there. When it comes out the NFL draft, there's a lot of times that teams would pick the linebacker from Penn State over them, going out and getting a blue chipper that they might have to put a little bit of work into, because the guys that go to Penn State are going to come in NFL ready. But okay, done with that. That's college football. Now let's get some pro football. The Thursday night game is going to be San Diego at home against Oakland. I picked Oakland in that game. I know Oakland has not. I don't think they've won since the Palmer trade. But all in all, honestly, I thought they looked good last week. They just made a couple dumb mistakes against Denver. And plus they're gonna have the best running back in the league with them. So I'm gonna pick Oakland in that game. I'm gonna pick the Falcons to beat the Saints. I told you in the beginning of the year that these two teams are gonna beat the hell out of each other, and that was the one reason why I didn't pick the Falcons to be a Super Bowl team, because they had to play the Saints twice, maybe even three times if they met up in the playoffs. Pick the Steelers to beat the Bengals. The Rams to beat the Browns. Pick the Cowboys to beat the Bills. The Bills, like I said last week, I think their ride's been done. I think a lot of teams out there, come out and they surprise some people for the first 7 weeks of the season, and then you really find out who they are. People study some game films, and you're not really going to surprise some people anymore when you come up with a record like that. And I think that some stuff on the Bills has been getting exposed the last few weeks. I'll pick the Jaguars to beat the Colts. Surprise, surprise. I'll take the Chiefs to beat the Broncos. Dolphins to beat the Redskins. I'll take the Eagles to beat the Cardinals. The Texans to beat the Bucks. Big surprise, they picked up Haynesworth. I knew somebody would, but they weren't on my list of teams that would do it. I'll take the Panthers to beat the Titans. Ravens to beat the Seahawks. Bears to lose. I was almost going to say the other way around, but I just read it wrong. I'm going to take the Lions to beat the Bears. I'll take the 49ers to beat the Giants. I'll take the Patriots to beat the Jets. I believed in you 1 week, but I'm not going to believe in you again. I'm not a big fan of picking good teams to lose 2 weeks in a row. I'll take the Packers to beat the Vikings on Monday night. I saw that they moved one of the Sunday night games, and they're going to switch it to some other one. Well, I guess Green Bay does have the best record, but I mean, it's going to suck to see these two teams play on Monday. But got the 3-hour Raw, baby. Those are your Week 10 picks. Hopefully, they work out for everybody. Video responses and all this and that. Send them on over. Thank you very much.